You may have noticed in the past few months, Halo has slowly been popping up more in the media. Whether it be from collabs or insider leaks, it's all for good reason. It's been almost 4 years since Halo Infinite's release, which means another Halo title is due to be released. Halo Studios has more or less been quietly brewing their game in Seattle, and as we found out in a blog post they shared in July, we're going to be getting a first look at what they've been working on this October at the Halo World Championship. It really is an exciting and worrying time to be a Halo fan, because whether you'd like to admit it or not, we kinda had 3 blunders in a row from 343 in terms of mainline games. And I imagine a lot of you haven't been in touch with the news surrounding Halo. As someone who still plays Infinite and is excited for the future of Halo, I am here to catch y'all up to speed. We'll start a couple years back, since that's when I imagine a lot of you tuned out. Back in 2022, Infinite's initial struggle to update the game really turned away a lot of the fan base. 343 clearly wasn't prepared to do a live service game, with some of the major issues being their janky slipspace engine and the use of contract workers. Microsoft's policy with contract workers makes it somewhat complicated, because whenever a new person comes in, they have to spend time in learning how to use the slipspace engine. Some things have changed since then. In September of 2022, Bonnie Ross stepped down as head of 343 Industries for personal reasons and split her role into 3, with one of them being Pierre Hintze as the new studio head. Pierre Hintze, if you don't know, joined 343 back in 2018 and was in charge of bringing updates to the Master Chief Collection until, Microsoft kind of pulled the plug on that. But Hintze is a fairly new face, and to me, Bonnie Ross was that last figurehead of the 343 that I knew. And while the team under her leadership had ambitious ideas, to put it nicely, not a lot of them resonated with the fan base. Shortly after her departure, Infinite had begun receiving a steady stream of content since the winter update of November of 2022. Not to say that's the reason, okay? I don't know if that's why. Correlation does not equal causation, although it is pretty funny how coincidental that is. On a side note though, I am grateful that 343 didn't abandon this game for the people still playing it. Infinite is currently one of my favorite multiplayer games to play despite its flaws, and I played it a lot during college. And before someone says it, yes, of course, Infinite would have done a lot better if it had the content it had now. The gameplay was good in the eyes of the general audience, but was severely lacking content at release. And for some of you, whether they added worthwhile content or not during its live service, you'd probably still be upset at it no matter the outcome. The damage was already done in your eyes. But we're not here to go too in-depth into Infinite's live service. That is for another time. Bad news had also struck in 2023 as 343 got hit with massive layoffs, which included people on the campaign and narrative team. This obviously instills a lot of doubt in people about the next Halo title. I mean, how are 343 expected to make a worthy game in the franchise if employees keep getting laid off? Microsoft is no stranger to this move. They've been doing this more recently, especially after the Activision Blizzard acquisition. But it really made the future of Halo uncertain. And with 343's reputation being the lowest it's ever been with Halo Infinite's release, a lot of people, justifiably, wrote them off. And for a while, we were kind of in the dark. But eventually, my mind was put to rest after they released one of those classic video documentaries.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born. It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
In October of 2024, at the Halo World Championship, 343 officially rebranded as Halo Studios. There are some brand new and familiar faces taking the stage this time. This video was not only meant to highlight a new creative vision with new public figures, but also make the announcement that they were switching to Unreal Engine 5. In my mind, this will work well with Microsoft's use of contractors, since Unreal Engine is a largely accessible tool in the industry, making it easier for new employees. And what they showed off made me excited. Project Foundry looked amazing, and that reimagined Combat Evolved Chief looked so good, perhaps hinting at a future title. What was shown though was mainly a graphical showcase, so while it looks good, Halo Studios really needs to deliver if they want people to play their game, and for this entire rebranding to work so that they could become disassociated with the name 343 Industries. That video was almost a year ago now, and since then, a lot of developments have occurred. Surprisingly, at the Xbox Summer Showcase this year, Halo did not appear yet again, and instead we got Call of Duty. Oh god. And a lot of fans like me were disappointed that Halo was yet again neglected, because for some reason, despite Infinite receiving updates for 4 years, Xbox never showed it at all at their showcases. I mean, for fuck's sakes, Fallout 76 got a spot at the showcase this year. But you know what? It's fine. Because at the end of the showcase, Phil Spencer said this:
As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning.
I mean, it's gotta be Halo, right? What other game is there? Oh, fuck. But that brings us back to today in that blog where Halo Studios was commenting on all the rumors of what the next Halo title should be and said they will be showing off their projects this October. What rumors, you may be asking? Well, there's a lot of them, but one of the biggest ones going around is that the next Halo title is going to release on PlayStation. I mean, if that becomes true, that would be crazy. So many people play on PlayStation and haven't played Halo at all, or stop playing after the 360. I mean, I'm down for that. I'd love for more people to play Halo and recognize why Halo is so iconic. Later on, the Halo Championship Series also contributed to fan speculation, as this year, they're retiring Halo Infinite from official HCS competition, which is really sad. It's actually one of the few esports I enjoy watching. But one of the few things that they mentioned is that 2026 will be Halo's 25th anniversary, and, quote, "We plan to celebrate the occasion in style with the whole community." Very interesting, don't you think? Around this time, more leaks began to surface, giving us a clearer picture of what Halo Studios was cooking in the kitchen. But we will be going over that in just a little bit. Going back to Infinite though, the team had been working hard over the past year with the crew they had left, updating the game with several new sandbox additions, most recently the Carbine and the Falcon, ending the cut multiplayer narratives with linear firefight levels and short stories, and releasing a novel that serves as a direct continuation to Halo Infinite. Now I know that sucks, but to play devil's advocate, Bungie also did that with First Strike. But it does make me sad we never got to see that DLC continuation of Infinite's story. It really makes it seem like the Infinite's development is ending soon, with the announcement from the HCS supporting that. So it seems like Halo Studios is focusing their shift onto the next game. So what better way to bring Halo back into the spotlight than with collaborations from other popular titles? Fortnite, in their latest season, added UNSC Spartans to the Battle Pass, wearing Infinite's Mark 7 armor, including callbacks to the classic red and blue colors and the flaming heads. Though why they used the Cavallino helmet instead of the Mark 7 will always kind of perplex me. I think the collab is alright. I don't know, I think I'm too used to Infinite's models. This one just looks kind of odd to me. But Fortnite isn't the only one collaborating with Halo. Helldivers 2 recently released on Xbox, and with that they also added the ODST Shock Troopers to the game, which is just so fitting for this game. I think the team at Arrowhead did a phenomenal job with the ODST and weapon models. Seeing both publisher logos back to back is still pretty jarring though. Keep in mind though, all of these announcements have been happening for the past couple of months since Xbox's summer showcase. So who knows what else is in store for the next month. But where there's good news, there's also bad news. In a recent layoff of about 5 employees at the studio, a developer commented on how studio morale was low and how there has been difficulty in development, which doesn't bode a lot of confidence, especially with Microsoft's use of contractors and their push to use AI more. This is just a report from one developer though, and for me at least, I want to see the final product before I assume anything. With that being said, there's nothing else to talk about but to dive into the leaks and rumors of what could possibly be the next Halo game. I'll be starting from least likely to most likely projects to be revealed. The least likely prediction would be Halo Infinite being ported into Unreal Engine and released on PlayStation. This one, as far as I know, is just rumors and there's nothing to support this. Plus, while I love the game, I don't think it'd be a good idea. I don't think a lot of people have a positive reception to it. And while we're on the topic of past games, there's been no evidence of porting the Master Chief Collection to PlayStation. Another possibility is finally adding Halo 5 to MCC, since this year is its 10th anniversary, although there's been no evidence to support this at all. Next would be Halo 7, and that's mainly because of the HCS article stating they won't be returning in 2026, so Halo 7 would most likely come out in 2027. Maybe they'll drop like a little teaser, but I imagine there's other projects they want to show off first, which takes me to Project Ecker. For those unfamiliar, this was formerly known as Project Tatanka, a cancelled battle royale that's being worked on by 343, but then was handed over to Certain Affinity. According to Rebs Gaming and a source, it had been changed to use Unreal Engine 5, and has been receiving updates recently. Now whether or not it's still a battle royale, we don't know. And I don't really know what the reception towards a Halo battle royale would be. I mean, look at Splitgate 2. In my opinion, Halo doesn't necessarily need a battle royale. It'd be cool as a nice addition to something else, so if they're gonna do it, they better have something else with it that is authentic to Halo. Which brings me to a project that has been the most leaked, and at least compared to the other rumors, the most credible Halo project to be revealed this October, a Halo Combat Evolved remake. This leak isn't even recent. I remember seeing it all the way back in 2024, I think, but since then it has been receiving more information. From the Project Foundry showcase and the leaks surrounding it, it makes the most sense. Not to mention it released on Xbox's and Halo's 25th anniversary. And if it were to also release on PlayStation, what better way to introduce people to Halo than with a reimagining of the first one. One of the somewhat disappointing news is that it would be campaign only, to which I would have liked to experience that. I don't think I ever played Combat Evolved multiplayer, but then again, I never hear anybody talking about it and nobody's on it on the FCC, so. But it begs a lot of questions. A remake entails that they would drastically change certain elements of the game, and if it were to come out, would they include the classic version as well? There's just so much to speculate of what could go right and wrong, what could be good and bad about this project, but we'll just have to wait and see. Regardless though, these potential projects have me excited to attend the Halo World Championship this October. But I want to hear from you now. What do you think about all the rumors and speculations surrounding the next Halo title? Are you excited, skeptical, hating? It could be anything. Will you be there at the Halo World Championship to witness the announcement? I'd love to hear your input. That's all from me for now. See y'all next time.